What's up, guys? Kim is here for Meanwhile in the Man Cave. We take a look at all things pop culture, games, toys, or anything we think is cool. And today, we are taking a look at Zack Snyder's Justice League Cyborg from Hot Toys. Cyborg first appeared in DC Comics Presents number 26 in October of 1980 and was created by George Perez and Marv Wolfman. But we're not talking about the Victor Stone from the comic that was saved by his father's medical prosthetic research after his son was attacked by a creature that escaped one of his parents' lab experiments. We are talking about the Victor Stone from the Snyderverse, who was severely injured and his mom killed in a terrible car accident. In this universe, Victor is saved when his father uses alien tech in the form of a mother box, also referred to as a change engine, from the world of Apocalypse, that was left on Earth thousands of years ago after a failed invasion of Earth by Darkseid. Believing that his father had turned him into a monster, Victor withdrew from society. Victor would eventually see his own potential and the Justice League's need for his talent to help save Superman and repel the oncoming invasion of Steppenwolf and Darkseid. Starting off, looking at this box. It's kind of cool. The box kind of changes color a little bit there, depending on the angle. Looking on the side, not much to see there. Cyborg symbol here, along with the Justice League symbol down on the bottom. Figure credits on the back. Another repeat of the Cyborg symbol. And the Justice League down on the bottom. So let's get this slipcover off. We got the window box packaging. Preview of the figure itself. Again, just another symbol. Silhouette of Cyborg on the back. Looks pretty good though. And that same symbol. So let's stop wasting time in this box and bust Cyborg out. Okay, brief preview. What's going to be coming in the package? We got lots of layers to deal with here. First one, we've got 4 extra hands. Next layer, we're dealing with 12 extra batteries here. All these things here, I don't even know what they are right now. Looks like we've got 6 of those. 3 other arm attachments over here on the side. And the Cyborg figure himself. And in the final layer, we've got the figure stand. Here's the waist stand that'll go in that. Got a couple extra accessory hands that will come out of Cyborg's back if we want to. And it looks like a shield. So let's get all this stuff out and take a closer look. Okay, starting off with these hands. These are the left and right. So let's get a closer look at these. On the surface, they just look like robotic hands, but there's actually 6 fingers on these. See it down here. That's pretty cool. They're done up nice. And you got a left and right fisted hand. They're identical except left and right. And the 2 accessory hands that'll come out of his back. Again, these are identical, but left and right. Get a little closer here. Now, this is where you're going to insert it into the receptacle on the back of the figure. You've got some articulation here at this point. Again, right here. And I believe right here as well. I don't know about the hand. Yep, you can swivel the hand as well. So it should be the same on the other accessory arm as well. And you've got the shield accessory. A lot of detail on that. Now I believe this will go on one of his arms, like he's forming it out of the end of his hand or something like that. We'll have to find out once we get him assembled. And the accessory stand. This thing's pretty big. It looks like underneath. Got the waist stand kind of in there. I don't have the waist thing installed on it yet. And you have these left and right plasma blaster effects. Now I gave these kind of a good look here. These are pretty much identical except left and right reversed. These have some nice detail on them. We also have this. I think the technical term for this is a stabby thing. I don't know what it is exactly, but it looks lethal. Another arm attachment. And then there's these things. These are actually thruster effects. And then there's 3 pairs of these. Each pair is identical to its left or right counterpart. But these will insert on the figure itself if you want to have them in kind of a flight effect. Okay, here he is, Victor Stone, the Cyborg himself. Looks really good. His eyes, as Hot Toys always does, are really well done. The metal on this looks nice. It's not really metal, it's all plastic. No die cast in this, which is unfortunate, but this looks pretty good too. I actually thought it was going to be a little more metallic before I got it, but overall I like this kind of weathered look. A lot of nice detail on this. Very intricate. And all the way down to his legs, feet. Very well done, in my opinion. Hands. Character looks really good. Very Terminator-esque. Creator's inspiration was Deathlock from Marvel. Let's start off by looking at his articulation here. You got some tilting back and forth, as well as your left and right motion here. You can lean his head forward, a little bit back, not a whole lot. Shoulders, watch out, this armor here does move, so I recommend kind of moving that out of the way when you go to test his articulation. So here's your lateral movement here. You can always slide it back into play after. You do have your forward, of course, and your back. Got the double elbow joint. It also has some motion there. You can angle this around, which is nice. Your wrist joint there, you can angle that in different ways, as well as turn. As far as his abdomen, you do have some motion there. Not a whole lot, but you do. And you also have the waist joint. Not a lot of crunch. little bit of tilting back. Let's get his arms out of the way. You have your lateral movement for the leg. Watch out here. You've got this armor up here. You can kind of move that a little bit so it doesn't scrape. So just be careful when you're moving his legs with that. You're not scratching that all up. But you get your forward kick and back. You've got a double knee joint, which moves freely. His hips up here do pivot a bit, so which comes in handy when you're trying to angle that foot. Down here at his foot, got motion there, a little bit of angling forward and back, not a whole lot, but you do. And you've got a toe joint, which is nice. You can also shift that foot slightly, side to side, actually quite a bit, but that'll be handy when you're trying to get him to have a plant foot or whatever. All that articulation should be the same on the other side. So let's get some of Cyborg's accessories on and get him into some poses, and I'm gonna let you know what I think. Okay, before we get him posed, let me show you where you gotta put some of your batteries. You're gonna take this piece off the back here, and there is a screw that you can see. You're gonna need to remove that screw that's up here and put your batteries in. And follow the instructions. It does tell you which ones they're going in there. I believe it's the LR62 1Fs. They're gonna go into there. Then you're gonna have a light switch above here, on and off. Next, you're gonna need to remove these two pieces. When you do, it reveals a peg point. And then you remove this center piece here, which reveals your battery compartment. A screw there to remove, and underneath that is your light switch. So those should be the batteries. I believe these are the LR736Fs, if I remember correctly, but check your instructions just to make sure. And I think it is labeled on the battery box here as well. All right, you have your two plasma cannons. They both have battery compartments. You got to pull this piece off and this other little side piece. Just take it off carefully. That reveals your battery compartment. Got your screw right there and your light switch underneath. So you're gonna have to do that on both of them, and then put your other batteries in there. They are labeled on the battery compartment. Okay, so here he is, illuminated with those LEDs. Holy crap, it looks really good with those LEDs on. The red glow underneath the chest is really awesome. The plasma cannons glowing that blue is really, really cool. And the face there with a glowing red eye and the blue illumination up on the forehead, really, really nice. And just so much really great detail on the figure in general. My downside to this figure is how you have to activate all those LEDs. Each and every one of those little light switches is kind of a pain to get at. And being such a pain to get at those light switches probably means you're not going to illuminate this figure very much, which is unfortunate because it looks great when it's lit up. To me, with all the wireless charging technology we have nowadays, it's surprising that Hot Toys doesn't build like a USB-C hookup to the actual figure stand itself, and have the wireless charging built into the feet there, or wherever you want to kind of put it on the figure itself. And that way you can just power the figure up from the figure stand itself. That would be really, really cool. That way inside the figure stand, inside your display case or whatever, you could just illuminate him from the outside. But anyway, that's a small gripe to me, considering how much great detail is really on this figure. And I figured the articulation on this figure is really done well too. I like all the removable hands and everything. Those extra arms that come out of his back are really well set up, and you can even change the hand attachments on those, which is really nice. So plenty of accessories for this figure. A lot of options for posing. I do wish the figure stand actually had a longer post on it so you could elevate this figure even higher up, but that is a small gripe. But anyway, if you're a fan of Deathlock or the Cyborg or the Snyderverse in general, this is definitely a figure worth picking up. So anyway, I want to thank you guys all for tuning in. We'll give a little shout out to my returning viewers, Ecto Eric and Kathy17. Thank you for your comments every week and your support. Very much appreciated. And all other returning viewers out there, I appreciate you guys very much. All the time it takes to do these videos, you guys make it worthwhile. So if you can, give us a like and subscribe. It does help others find our videos. And come back every Tuesday at 9 a.m. for a brand new episode of Meanwhile in the Man Cave. I'll talk to you guys later.